Hello, today I am going to start exercise 3.3 which is based on bar graphs. Bar graph is also known as column chart. Here also we are going to study about double bar graph. Now let's see the first question. Question number 1. Use the bar graph to answer the following questions. First, which is the most popular pet? And second, how many children have dog as pet? Here you see the picture of the bar graph. In this you can see that here we have two axes, a horizontal axis and second a vertical axis. Horizontal axis is known as x-axis. If we talk about vertical axis, it is known as y-axis. In horizontal axis we have given the information about the pet animals, and in y-axis we have given the information about number of students who like the following pets. So according to this we can analyze 8 students like dogs, 10 students like cats, 2 students like rabbits, 6 students like hamsters, and other pets liked by 4 students. In this we have given question. The first question is, which is the most popular pet? So if we start from 0, this is 0 and this point is known as origin. The most popular pet is definitely cats. Why? Because it is rising at the topmost. The pet cat is liked by 10 students, so it is the most popular among all. Now if we talk about B, how many children have dog as a pet? So here we can see that dogs liked by 8 students, so the answer is 8. Before starting this question, I want to show you this one video. I hope after that you can understand it in more better way.
Look at the graph. First question is, which is the most popular pet? Now that is extremely easy. The bar representing cats, as you can see, is the tallest. So obviously cat is the most popular pet. The second part is, how many children have dog as a pet? Now this is the bar representing dogs. Let's read the value there. So the number of children that have dog as a pet is 8.
Let's see how you have to write this in your copy. A. Since the bar graph representing cats is the tallest, cat is the most popular pet. B. The number of children having dog as a pet are 8. Now next question. Question number 2. Read the bar graph, which shows the numbers of books sold by a bookstore during 5 consecutive years, and answer the questions that follow. So here we have the bar graph. X-axis is representing years 1989, 1990, 1991, 1992 and 1993. Whereas if we talk about y-axis, the y-axis represent number of books sold by in the following years. Here if we notice this, so the first point, which is also known as origin, represent 0. After this you can see that we have here 100, then 200, then 300, then 4, then 5 and then 600. So between each we have the difference of 100. From 0 to this point there is a difference of 100. Here also we have difference of 100, here. So we can say that the scale which we are using here is 1 centimeter equals to 100 books. Why it is 1 centimeter? Because if we measure bar graph, between these 2 points there is a difference of 1 centimeter. We can measure it on bar graph. I will show you here. Let's see the first picture. This is how you are making bar graph. So in this we can see that the point from here, which is from origin to 100, the measure of this line segment is equals to 1 centimeter. That's why we always writing scale as 1 centimeter equals to dash dash, or you can write like this: 1 division equals to dash 10 vehicles, like this. Okay, either we can divide this into 1 centimeter, or you can write here 1 division. Both you can write. So it is necessary while drawing bar graph, you write numbers between this line. Why? Because it denotes from here to here. So this line is denoted to 0 and this line is denoted to 100. Up to this is 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 9, 10, 12, 13, etc. Okay. We will talk about this later in next question. About how many books were sold in 1989, 1990 and 1992? In which year about 475 books were sold, about 225 books sold? Third, in which year were fewer than 250 books sold? Fourth, can you explain how would you estimate the number of books sold in 1989? 0 to 100. So if you see in this, take any box. So each box contain 4 box. Okay, 1 2 3 4. So if we talk about this line from 0 to 100, there is one more line here between this. This is denoted as half. What it is denoted as? It is denoted as half. If the difference between this is equals to 100, then this one is called as 50. 0, 50, 100. Like this in our question. This is 0, so it will become 50. What it will become? 50. So this is 0, 50, 100. Similarly, this part is 150, this part is 250, this part is 350, this part is 450, and this part is 550. Now see, in 1989, this is 1989. So in 1989, the sale were just quite lesser than 200. Okay, this part is 150. So what we will say this part, and we can say that this part is half of these two. Yes or no? So draw one more line here. Similarly here and here. So you can say that this is 0, this is 25, 50, 75, 100. Now we made a division of 4. 0, 25, 50, 75, 100. Similarly here we have 125, 150, 175, and this is 200. So this line is denoted as 179. So the sale in 1989 were 175. Okay. Now if we talk about 1990, 1990 is also just slightly down from 500. So we can take this also as 475. Why? It is greater than 450 and lesser than 500. So it will lie between 500 and 450. So the answer of this is 475. Now it is asking of 1992. If we talk about 1992, so it is just slightly up from 200 but lesser than 250. Okay, so we can say that on 1992, in 1992 the sale were 225. Answer: in 1989 175 books were sold. In 1990 475 books were sold. In 1992 225 books were sold. Now see the second question. In which year were about 475 books sold? About 225 books sold. In which year were 475 books sold? So 400, this is 400 and this is 475. Just slightly down from 500. So it touches the line of 90-90. So our answer is 90-90. And for the second part about 225, this is 200 and this one is 225, below 250. So it touches the line of 90-92. So our answer is 1992. From the graph, it can be concluded that 475 books were sold in the year 1990 and 225 books were sold in the year 1992. Third, in which year were fewer than 250 books sold? Fewer than 250. So I told you this line is 250. Then lesser than this is which? There are only 2 years, in 1989 and in 1992. So write your answer. From the graph, it can be concluded that in the year 1989 and 1992, the number of books sold were lesser than 250. Now the last part of this question. Can you explain how would you estimate the number of books sold in 1989? In 1989, how could you show that the number of books sold? We can estimate like this. From the graph, it can be concluded that the number of books sold in the year 1989 is about 1 and 3/4 part of 1 centimeter. 1 and 3/4 part of the 1 centimeter. 1 means the complete 1, this, and 3/4 part means up to here. So I already told you how to divide this. I divided each group into 4 parts. So this is the one complete part and this is the third part of the second group. So we can say that 1 and 3/4 part of second 1 centimeter. Now see, we know that the scale is taken as 1 centimeter equals to 100 books. So 100 plus 3 by 4 multiply 100 is equals to 100 plus 75, which is equals to 175. Therefore, about 175 books were sold in the year 1989. Hope you understand this question. Now I am moving to next question, question number 3. Numbers of children in 6 different classes are given below. Represent the data on a bar graph. So here we have the details of this question. Class 5th have 135 students, class 6th have 120, class 7th have 90, class 8th is 100, class 9th having 90 students, and class 10th having 80 students, but it is not 90, it is 80. Make it 80. So how you represent this information on a bar graph? I already explained you how we writing the bar graph. Let us see once again. This is the way you are writing the number on the bar graph. You should have to write the numbers between these lines. Okay. Never write the number in the box or in front of this box. Always write the number between this line. Second, you must have to represent the scale on the top right side of the bar graph. Also, there is one more important thing. The gap which you are creating between two observation or two data should be equal. See, here we have a difference of one box, here also we have a gap of one box, here also we have gap of one box. You can see that in all we have a gap of one box. Clear? Here if you are taking two boxes for representing one data, so in all you have to represent the same. Here you have taken 2, here also you have taken 2, here you have also taken 10. In all we have taken 2. After that, it is also necessary to write the information on both the axes. Either you are writing on x-axis or y-axis. Whatever the information you are giving on the axis, you must write like this. Is that clear? Now take another example. In this bar graph, I have left two box while representing the data. You can check 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. Here also I have taken 2. You can also do like this. Basically it depends on the size of your graph. If you have a lot of space, you can utilize the space like this. Either you can do like previous we have done. In this you have to create graph like this, and after that you have to solve the following question. First, how would you choose a scale? B, which class have the maximum number of children and the minimum? Find the ratio of the student of class 6 to the class 8th. First you have to represent your information like this. Here what I have done, I have taken class on x-axis and number of children on y-axis. First one is representing for the 5th class, second for 6th, third for 7th, fourth for 8th, fifth for 9th, and last for 10th. Okay. So here you can see that 5th class having 135 students. So I already explained you, if you are taking the scale of 10, here I have taken the scale of 10. It means between each box you should give the gap of 10. So here first number is 0, then next number should be 10, then 20, 30, 40, 50, up to 150 you can represent here. Now for representing 135, definitely you have to represent the data between 130 and 145. Why? 135 is the number which is greater than 130 and lesser than 140, and it lies between 130 and 140. So the line which is also which also I have shown you on the graph paper, on that you have to represent it. Now for representing 6th class, it is very easy for you. In front of 120 you can draw the bar like this. Also one thing you have to note, the gap should be equal. The gap between the bars must be equal. Now after representing the data like this, now you have to answer the questions. Which class has the maximum number of students or children, and which class have the minimum? So you can see that the topmost bar written on the data is for class 5th, which contains 135 students. So the answer is 135, and the minimum is in class 10th, which is 80. Now next, find the ratio of the 6th to the student of class 8. To calculating ratio, what you will do? You will divide the number of children in class 6th with the number of children in class 8th. So what you will do? You will write like this: 120 upon 100. Let's see. A. We will choose a scale as 1 unit equals to 10 children because can represent a more clear difference between the numbers of students of class 7th and that of class 9th by the scale. So here I already shown you beta 135, 120, 100, 90. We have maximum number who contains 0 at the last place. So definitely it should be divided by 10. The most number is divisible by 10. Yes or no? So we can choose the scale of 10. We can also take the scale of 5, but it makes our graph much lengthier. Yes or no? Hope you can try in both the manner. Then you can decide it by own self which one is better. Either you can take the scale of 10 or scale of 5. Now next, since the bar representing the number of children for class 5th is the tallest, there are maximum numbers of children in class 5th. Similarly, the bar representing the number of children for class 10th is the smallest. There are minimum numbers of children in class 10th. Now the last part. The number of students in class 6th is 120 and the number of students in class 8th is 100. Therefore, the ratio between the number of students of class 6th and the number of students of class 8th is equals to, here what you need to do, you need to divide this 120 upon 100. After that you need to convert this into the simplest form and this will be your ratio. You have already done this in class 6th in ratio and proportion chapter. If you have doubt for finding the ratio, you can ask me. If you have already done, you can write your answers on comment box.